Apple has made its biggest product launch of the year, unveiling the new iPhone 13 series. From the standard version to the Mini, the Max and the Pro, the models are faster, they can be used for longer, and the company says that they are the best ever. Well, that's according to Apple CEO Tim Cook. The company also showcased a cheaper iPad, an all-new iPad mini, along with a range of bigger watches. We turn to globally renowned tech journalist Stephen FENECH, editor of Tech Guide in Australia, for his take on the new lineup of Apple devices and how they'll measure up to Samsung's phones and gadgets released just a month ahead. Good morning, Stephen. It's lovely to see you again. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you.
I know you were staying up all night watching this unveiling of Apple's new iPhone and other gadgets. And well, I want to know what you thought were the standout features of the new iPhone.
Well, I think it starts with the processor. They've really introduced a much faster processor, the A15 Bionic processor. So that enables all of the new features, including the new camera, the new screen refresh rate. So it is a much more powerful device. It might not look a lot different. It looks almost identical to the previous model, but it does have a lot of improvements under the hood. As I said, the camera system has improved, so better quality photos, better quality videos as well, some new video modes, as well as that the Pro resolution, the ProRes, the screen resolution, 120 hertz adaptive, so it looks like your videos look a lot smoother, your games look a lot smoother, and it adapts to whatever you're watching, so it doesn't waste the battery. The battery is even larger and has a longer time as well, so you do get a better battery performance thanks to that power efficiency of the new chip.
And well, as you said, it doesn't appear that different from the iPhone 12, and of course every year they claim that it's faster and better, brighter and all that. But would you say the phone is a significant upgrade that people would think is worth, forking out for?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think this is for the customer who maybe has an older iPhone. I wouldn't recommend someone with an iPhone 12 to upgrade to the 13. It's pretty much an incremental upgrade from the 12. But there are a lot of customers who have older iPhones that would welcome this change, this upgrade, because they're going to see a much better performance, much better screen, a larger screen. So definitely worth that investment if you're an older iPhone user. The only real design change or the cosmetic change is the reduction of the size of the front notch. So that space above the screen there where the Face ID camera is located, that's now 20% smaller. So your screen has your apps and your content has a little bit more room on the front display. But yeah, as I said, if you're using an iPhone 12, the iPhone 13 really isn't an urgent upgrade. But if you are using one of those older models, then absolutely, these are the most powerful iPhones ever produced.
Well, of course, this comes after a month that Samsung launched its foldable and flippable phones, and well, the new iPhone isn't going to be able to flip or fold the way the Samsung's latest Galaxies do. And Samsung's phones they've shown quite impressive performance and battery life as well. But the iPhone 13 still put up a tough competition.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. There's no flipping or folding with iPhone at the moment. That's still a couple of years away, I think, that foldable feature for an iPhone. But I think what Apple's offering is an improved experience. One thing that they pride themselves on with all their iPhones is the quality of the camera. The camera, I think, is what you're buying. This should be called the iCamera that makes phone calls. It's a much improved camera system. There's dual camera system on the iPhone 13, triple camera system on the 13 Pro models, and they have now improved features. They have better optical image stabilization, better quality images. They've got an excellent cinematic mode too with video, so you can have this sort of shift focusing within a shot, a real cinematic feature if you really want to go to take some trouble to shoot some good quality video. So I think that that and the performance of these iPhones when you're playing games is another improvement as well. Again, another attractive feature for customers, and also customers who consume a lot of content on the move. What Apple has done with the iPhone 13 is actually catch up with Samsung in terms of that screen refresh rate. The 120 hertz, the ProMotion feature now is equal to what Samsung offers on their devices. So this is in fact Apple catching up to Samsung in many ways with those features.
There's also been a great deal of interest over the A15 processor chip. What makes it so special, and do you think it's going to give Apple an edge over Samsung?
Yeah, I think so. I think the A15 processor, Apple is calling it the fastest processor on a smartphone. And that enables a lot of power from apps. So developers know there's a lot of headroom now to create apps that are a lot richer, a lot more detailed, that can now run really nicely on the iPhone 13 thanks to that A15 processor. The A15 processor also powers the machine learning and AI on board as well. Again, features utilized by the apps. So I think across the board, you're going to see the processor not only improving the experience on the camera and the viewing experience, but also too on the battery performance. That efficiency that the A15 Bionic processor can allow now means that the iPhone 13 will run for hours longer than the iPhone 12 because of that improvement. So that power efficiency is something that customers are going to welcome, but also it's going to also give the device enough power to run those next level high-end apps that are really popular with customers.
And Apple also showed off its new Watch Series 7, and Samsung, of course, released its own Galaxy Watches a month earlier. And well, nowadays it does look like smart accessories are offering more and more versatile functions. And which features do you think are the most important?
Well, I think I was expecting Apple to also include the blood pressure tracking with Apple Watch. That was a feature introduced with Samsung Galaxy Watch 4 series. So Samsung has the advantage there in terms of it being a health and wellness product. They do have that added feature. Apple has, like Samsung, they have the ECG, they have the blood oxygen monitoring, but they don't have the blood pressure tracking that's been introduced with the Galaxy Watch 4 series. So I think that's an advantage that Samsung have there. But the watch has been improved. That they have made the display area larger without having a larger screen. They've made the borders thinner, so the area that you can view is a lot larger, and without making the actual phone, the actual watch any bigger. I was surprised though to see that the watch didn't change design. We were anticipating a design change with Apple Watch Series 7 to match the design language of the iPhone 12 and iPhone 13 with those flatter edges and flat display. Apple has stuck true with its curved design, a design that hasn't changed much over the years. So that was one surprise, but they have improved, again, like the phones, the battery performance. So it does have 18-hour battery performance, charges up to about 80% in 45 minutes, does have all the new health and wellness features, can now detect if you're on a bike ride, so that adds to the exercise modes. So it does also add fall detection to exercise. So if you're riding a bike, that's particularly relevant as well. Fall detection will notify emergency services if you have a heavy fall and are immobile for more than a minute. So that will also be now a feature that is available while you're exercising as well.
And now, of course, many people weren't expecting it, but Apple did also launch its a cheaper entry-level iPad as well as an all-new iPad mini. So what did you make of these devices?
Yeah, I think the iPad mini was a surprise. I've got to say the mini hasn't been updated for quite a while, so it was interesting to see Apple not only improve the specs under the hood, but also redesign the device as well. So it's adopted the all-screen design that we've seen with the iPad Air and previously with the iPad Pro. So no home button. It's all screen, has a larger display now because there's no home button. It has an 8.3-inch display, has a super Retina XDR display as well. So it offers the power and quality of those larger iPads, but in a smaller, compact size that's useful for all kinds of people, from doctors to pilots and all these people who need the power but don't necessarily need a large device. But the 9th generation iPad, the entry-level iPad, has also been upgraded. The iPad mini and the iPad 9th generation now have a feature called center stage, which utilizes a wide-angle front-facing camera so that when you're on your video call or FaceTime call, it actually manages to keep you in the center of the frame if you happen to move around. So that's particularly relevant application and feature for all of these Zoom calls and video conferences we're doing right now amid the COVID pandemic. So the iPad, always very popular and also very powerful. The mini, they're saying, is more powerful than any other Chromebook on the market, twice as powerful as any other Android device on the market. So yeah, this is a significant improvement.
Well, there was always a debate over whether, tablets can be as powerful as an item as phones or watches are, and because they always seem to be sort of in between a laptop and a phone, and there was all that debate over it. But do you think with all these Zoom calls and this online mode of working, do you think they're going to become more and more relevant now?
I think so. Yeah, I think you'll find that people are connecting. They're working from remotely, working from home, working from wherever they happen to be, and the iPad or a tablet in general does offer the power for them to still connect, still do their jobs, to still work and play, whatever they need to do to stay entertained. So yeah, absolutely. I think we're finding that tablets are now replacing laptops for many customers who would rather use a tablet rather than having to cart around a heavier laptop. The tablet and in particular the new iPads are also being used in those ways. So I think that's going to only increase in the near future.
Well, at least here in South Korea, Samsung and Apple pretty much dominate the whole smartphone and smart devices market, and so do their respective Android and Apple ecosystems. What would you say are their unique selling points?
Well, I think you can't go past Samsung and its new foldable devices. They're already on sale and very popular among customers. They're the latest generations have made of stronger aluminium. They're water resistant. So I think that customers are now taking a chance on those foldable devices. That's a huge advantage for Samsung, while they still offer a regular S series phone as well. So they've got all bases covered. Apple, of course, not in the foldable market as yet. They don't see that as a critical point for them to be marketing at the moment. I'd say we're probably a couple of years away from seeing a foldable iPhone. I think Apple's relying on its brand loyalty, customers sticking loyal to their brand, but they're also relying on customers who want to have that great mobile experience, whether it's to view content, to create content, to use their cameras. That is the experience that Apple wants to provide. And with the iPhone 13, I think they're going to provide that experience like never before.
Well, it's still a bit early, but Samsung's Galaxy S22 is expected to be out in early 2022. Are you expecting any radical changes?
I think Samsung they'll sort of consolidate what they've already done. The S21 was a very popular model. I quite like the S21 Ultra. We're going to see probably a S Pen integration, even in more S22 models as well. Still mystery whether we're going to see a Galaxy Note, another Note device. That could be another range in the S22 portfolio. There may be the S22 Note. But yeah, they're going to also continue to enhance and develop their camera technology, which is up on par with what Apple is presenting with their iPhone 13 and the iPhone 12. They know that customers, that's very important to them to have this great camera technology to produce amazing quality photos and videos, and just to be the device they need at their side for work, for play, for entertainment. Samsung will continue to innovate, and I'm looking forward to seeing in early 22 the brand new S22 series.
Well, you can catch up with how Stephen is going to test out the iPhone in the coming week on Tech Guide. And well, this is where we have to end the interview though. So thank you again. That was Stephen FENECH, editor of Tech Guide. Thank you so much for your time.
A pleasure. Thanks a lot.
And to our viewers, as always, thank you very much for watching.